This is going to be fun. Weed control in a young vineyard is a top priority. Not only do weeds compete with the vines for nutrients, but some grasses like paspalum and couch actually release toxic chemicals to stunt the vines. And don't even get me started on some of the others. And while I'm comfortable using chemicals on things like pathways and driveways, I want to limit the amount of chemicals I use near my food. And it turns out cultivation's worse for soil than herbicide. And mulches can have their own problems as well. I've done a separate video on this. There's a link in the description. So today I'm trying out two different flame kits from Weldclass, and I want to see if they're effective and economic. Now you've got two options with these kits. You've got the combo kit or you've got the max flame. So the two kits are a little bit different. The combo kit gives you a gas regulator. Now that's going to knock down your standard gas bottle from about 1000 kPa to a maximum of 400. That does result in slightly lower energy coming out of the long flame at 390 megajoules an hour maximum. But with the longer lead and the regulator and the smaller tip for fiddly jobs, that makes this kit perfect for the workshop. No more stuck nuts. Both models have a handle kit with a pilot flame adjustment and a trigger flame adjustment. The max flame kit is slightly more basic. It's got a shorter hose at only 3 meters in length. Instead of having a regulator, you've got a direct gas bottle connection, meaning that you've got up to 1000 kPa of pressure coming out of a fully cooked gas bottle. So you can probably tell which one I'm leaning towards already. Let's get weed burning. Now I've got 360 meters all up of vine rotor weed, and I've got a brand new gas bottle, freshly filled, and it's weighing in at 16.9 kilos. So I'll weigh it at the end, and I'm keen to see how much gas this kit uses. The parts are high quality and the brass fittings went together perfectly well. It pays to buy high quality when you're playing around with LP gas. This is one that you avoid eBay, folks. So this is a really easy kit to use. Turn your gas on, set your ignition source, adjust your pilot flame. This is going to be fun. Obviously don't use this during periods of fire risk. I started out on a low setting and it actually iced up and the flame didn't work very well. So you've got to bump it up a bit. Bit of an unintended benefit is early season snail control. Well, I think if you look carefully, you can probably see that some parts of the vine rows are already looking decidedly yellow. So I'm really interested to see what the result is in 3 days' time when we come back and have a look. I've put out any little spot fires. I'd probably have someone following you with a pair of boots or even a wet mop, just if you're worried about things. It's early spring, so there's a fair bit of moisture in the weeds, and this is the time where you really should be applying this methodology. There'd be some parts of Australia that would be too late to do this already. You want to get onto this early in the spring. That's another reason why you don't want weeds and plants growing around your grapevines. Escargot, anyone? Freshly fried. Alright, so after 360 metres of flamerciding, we've still got over 15 kilos, nearly 15.5 kilos of gas in the bottle. Plenty for tonight's dinner. Well, 3 days later and the result's looking pretty good. I'm still getting used to using the gas flame, so I think I actually went a little bit fast. I could slow the dwell time down a bit more and get just a bit better result. But for the first try, I'm really impressed. I'm going to wait until it rains in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm going to come back and do the flaming one more time, and I think that'll probably set me up for the whole summer reasonably weed-free under these young vines. The surprising side benefit, of course, was the snail control that I got as well. So I'm not only saving on herbicide chemicals, but by removing the weeds underneath the vines, I'm also going to save on poisoning snails and things like that. The flame really works. Just make sure you don't catch everything on fire. Don't use it when it's windy. Don't use it when it's super dry. Ideally, use it just after rain, because then you've got natural fire suppressant all around your operating area. Guys, if you like this kind of content, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. There's plenty more on timthompson.ag. I'll catch you next week.